Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's lecture we will cover C# programming, some important concepts. Here are the concepts we will cover first. First one is what is C# programming, what is the history of C#, who developed it, and current version of C#. How to install Visual Community 2022. And now last we create a console application in C# using Visual Studio Community 2022. So let's begin to our first concept. Here is the first concept, that is C# programming. C# is a powerful object-oriented programming language created by Microsoft. It's designed to be modern, simple and safe. It's mainly used to build a wide variety of applications including desktop software, web services, APIs, cloud applications and even games. So here C# is a very powerful object-oriented programming language, and here we have concept of OOPs, which will we cover in later section. And it is created by Microsoft company, and it is designed to be very modern, simple and safe. It's mainly used to wide variety of applications, like we can create desktop applications, we can create console application, MVC projects, web APIs we can create, or even we can also develop games with this. Next one is C# is a part of .NET framework, and today it supports cross-platform development using .NET Core and .NET 8. C# is a part of .NET framework. .NET framework is a platform where we create our application with the help of C# programming, where we write our programming concepts. And here now it is support for cross-platform. Cross-platform means it works on all platforms like Windows, Mac OS, and also on Linux platform, Linux operating system. It is strongly typed and compiled, which helps catch errors early. It is strongly typed. Strongly typed means I have one example here to display you. First one is we have two variables, like first one is integer number 10 and second one is string text is equal to hello. Now we are concatenating these two variables into one string. But if we directly concatenate these two variables into string, this will gives us an compile time error. So this is not the proper format to concatenate. Here we have valid explicit conversion. We have, like, if we want to convert that into string, the integer value also, first we have to convert the number integer 10 into string with this .toString method plus text with hello. This is the valid format, and this will concatenate without any error, and it will give us the result of 10 and 10 hello into a string, into a single string. Next one is with features like automatic memory management through garbage collection, rich class libraries and intelligent IDE support. It's considered a very beginner friendly language. With features like automatic memory management, it has the features of, like, it will manage the memory automatically through garbage collection. Suppose we have some objects which we are not going to use in further program, so the garbage collection will remove that objects or free that unnecessary space from here, from our program. And in this we have like rich class of libraries. We have so much library section we have if we want to use that in our programs or in our application. And we have intelligent IDE support. IDE is like integrated development environment, that is Visual Studio, where we write our where we develop our projects with the C# programming. And it's considered to very beginner friendly language, so it is very useful for the beginners to, like, it is very easy to learn applications. Here are some real world uses we can say. We can like create ASP.NET web applications, desktop softwares. We can also create games with this, and we can create mobile applications, and we can also have we can create MVC projects, web APIs with this. So here are many things we can create with this one. Here we have a next concept, that is history and developer of C# and current version of C#. C# was first introduced in 2000 as a part of the original .NET framework announcement. It became publicly available in 2002 with Visual Studio.NET. So C# was first introduced in 2000, but it comes to market or available only in 2002 with Visual Studio, that is IDE platform where we write our code. And the next one is C# was used primarily for Windows application development, but with the introduction of .NET Core, it has become truly cross-platform. Mainly, it was developed for only to create Windows applications, but with the evolution of Windows application with the .NET, it introduces .NET Core with this. So it is like cross platform now. We can run these .NET Core on multiple platforms like Linux operating system, Mac operating system, and the cloud computing. And over the years, C# has added powerful features like language integrated query, link your queries, asynchronous programming with async await keywords. Language integrated query is like suppose we are writing some queries into SQL database. At that kind of same queries we can write with the link queue, with the entity framework, with the lambda expression if we want to get data from the database. This we will also cover into the next video. And here next one we have asynchronous programming, asynchronous and await keywords. We have like this is suppose we want to run methods parallelly with one another, not if we want to wait for one method to give us the result then next one will start. It will parallelly running the methods, or we can invoke multiple methods at a time with async and await keywords. Next is C# was developed by Microsoft and the programmer was Anders Hasselberg. C# was developed by Microsoft company and the programmer who developed it was Anders Hasselberg. And now we have the latest version of C# is 12, which is currently in use, and it is released with .NET 8. This version adds even more convenience and cleaner code for developers. It is a more convenient version for the developers also. Next one is installation of Visual Studio Community 2022. Here we can learn how to install Visual Studio into our system. To write and run C# code, the best tool is Visual Studio IDE. IDE integrated development environment, which I already told you. It is a platform where we run our programs or create our projects into Visual Studio. It is also developed by Microsoft that offers everything you need to develop, debug and deploy applications. Here we have we are developing applications, we are debugging the applications to check if there is any errors throughout the program or not, it is running properly or not, we can check that into with debugging. And deploy applications is if we want to run the URL or publish it into the URL, then we have to deploy our code into some platforms and then we can directly hit our URL. The community edition is completely free and includes support for .NET development, intelligence and debugging tools. Community edition is completely free and we can easily download it from the website of Microsoft. So here are the steps we have to follow if we want to download Visual Studio Community to our system. First one is we visit this site. I will put this site into the description link. You can click over that link and download that Visual Studio and download only Community Edition 2022. During the setup, just check the .NET Desktop development. We have to select this one, and after installation we can launch it and create our first console application, and then we'll start coding in C#. So let's move. I have already pasted this link into Google. You can search here and click first one link. It is available in Microsoft site. Here you can easily find out download Visual Studio. Just click here. It will download the setup into your system. Just save it. So the setup is downloaded already. So here is our setup. Just run this setup. Continue with this one. First it will install the Visual Studio installer in your system. After that you have to select particular things, what application you want to install in your system. Then you can select over that. it is processing and will take some time. Here you have to select some applications, like first one we can select ESP.NET and web development, and this one I already told you to select one .NET desktop development. And one thing we have also to select, like data, for data storage and processing, we can select this one also. So here is the space required, like 10 GB. This space you have to be in your hard disk, then you can install this one. If you have this much space, then you can easily install it. It will start the setup for installation of Visual Studio Community 2022 in your system. It will take some time, like 15 to 20 minutes or more than that. It totally depends on system RAM and also depends on the internet download speed. So be patient. It's mostly done. It will take some more moments, then it will start the Visual Studio, where we can create our first console application. Now that's it, our Visual Studio installed in our system. It will automatically start because we check that checkbox of start the Visual Studio when completes the installation process. Now we have Visual Studio in our system. Here we can see some options, like first one is sign in with Microsoft account. If you have a Microsoft account, you can sign in with that. Otherwise, if you have GitHub account, then you can also sign with that. And if you want to create a new account, then you can do with this. But for now we can skip and add accounts later. Here we can set some settings and the themes. Now we are going to start Visual Studio. Here you can see some options, like if you want to clone a repository, or if you have any project, if you want to copy that project from through the repository, you can do that with this. And if you want to open a project directly from any folder, you can do this. If you want to directly open a folder from a drive, then you can do this. If you want to create a new project, then click here. And if you want to go without creating any application, you can do this. But here we want to create a new application, so we can create a new project. Here are some filters. First one is language filter. You can select any kind of language here. And here are platforms, in which platform which you want to create your application. or here are project types you can see, like .NET, API, Blazor, console application, like that, and it will filter this list according to this one. But now we are creating a console application, so we can select this and next, click next. Here we can like write our first project name. My first project, and here is the location where your projects are saved in repositories, and here is the solution name. Now we just click the next button. Here we have frameworks of the same project. 6.0 is out of support, but in some older projects this is currently in use, and in 8.0, which is a long-term support, which is now ongoing and mainly used in new applications, and 9.0 is also introduced, which is a standard term support, but for now we can use 8.0 .NET framework. And here we have to check this one, do not use top level statements. Like if we want to display the common code, then we have to check this, otherwise it will only show us the directly console.write line like hi developer message. We can see that in our program. Now let's create our first application. Here we have a first application which we created, that is a console application which we create, and here we have the solution explorer. We have to pin this so it will display through the program. This is the project name. Here we have one file or one class, that is program.cs file. That is a namespace, my first project, and that is a class program, that is the name of class. This is the main file or main method we have, this, which is run first. When we run any application, this is the first method which will run. We have static void main method, and where we only simply printing the hello world. We can change it like hello developers. And here like a console is a class we are using, and write line is a method which is available in console class. Here we have namespaces using system. That console class is available in system namespace. System is a namespace here which we have to declare. If we want to use any classes through the namespaces, we can do that, or if we want to use any methods into that particular class like console class, then we can do that also. Here are this is a write line method in console class. If we hover this one, this will show us the class system console. Okay, console is a class, so system is a namespace which is included in a system namespace. So if we want to run it, we can run it through control plus F5, or directly we can run through here. We can click here and it will run our application in some terminal window. We can increase or decrease the size of this with the control and scrolling of mouse. Here we have a small window, terminal window, where we can see our printed message, that is hello developers. It will print the message here in this window. So here you can see this is our first message that is printed through a write line method, and here is the printing. Hello developers. So this is our small basic program which we create, and we also run this one project. Now coming to our, so we already installed Visual Studio Community Edition 2022 and created a console application and run a small method into that. Now here is a small screenshot you can see for a console.writeline hi developers. This is only for demo purpose. So here is the summary what we learned today. We can recap it. Like first one is C# is a powerful modern programming language developed by Microsoft. C# is a powerful modern programming language which is developed by Microsoft, and its programmer was who developed it, Anders Hasselberg. In 2002 it first introduced in market, and continuously it is evolving with new releases. You can create many applications with C# programming. You can create console application, desktop programs, desktop softwares. You can also create even games with this one, and MVC projects. You can create web APIs you can create with this, and for this we need some platform, and that platform is Visual Studio, which is provided by Microsoft. So Visual Studio is a platform where we write our code and create our applications. Visual Studio makes it very easy to start C# code even for beginners. So it is a very good platform for beginners if we want to start learning our C# programming or coding language. So this is all about our today's lecture. If you like this video, you can comment it into the comment section. You can subscribe this channel. You can like this video, or if you have any doubts related to any particular topic, or any installation of Visual Studio, if you have any doubts or you can see any errors, you can drop the message into the comment section. So I will revert you on that, or will if needed I will create some other video for that topic also. Or if you want me to create some specific topics video, you can mention that also in the comment section. So we can wind up for today's lecture. Thank you so much for paying such attention into my video. Thank you so much, and bye. Have a great smile day.